Hi, this is Beth with All Ray of Light. Blessings, everyone. Hope you're doing okay. This is the second video I'm doing this evening, and today is July 16th, 2020. This is a video I want to find out about this situation where they're no longer going to be sending the C19 numbers to the CDC. Those numbers are now going to be going from the states and the hospitals in the states to the HHS, and I might do a little bit more at the end of this reading depending on how long it goes. I want to know, what is the deal with this? Are they going to try to cover up the numbers? Are we going to get the real numbers anyway? What is this about? Okay, what is this about? So let me listen to the guides and spirit about this change of where the C19 numbers are going to be reported from the hospitals and the states. Hold on a second. Well, so it's not a surprise. I'm seeing like a magician like throwing over like a cloth over the numbers. So they're trying to, ta-da, the numbers aren't that bad anymore. So I'm feeling them wanting to cover up the numbers, and they want to make the numbers not look as bad as they are. Hold on a second. And of course they're using that to try, they want to use that to try to make, you know, Trump administration look better, make Trump look better. Things aren't as bad as people think. Hold on. We don't need to be as concerned as we are. See, the numbers are going down. They're not as bad as you think. A sleight of hand. I'm seeing a sleight of hand with the numbers. I'm also feeling it has something to do with allocation of resources. If they know all the real numbers, I feel them also manipulating where resources may end up going. Hold on a second. Because there are people who are very concerned about the fall. They're very concerned about now, but they're very concerned as we go into the fall. Not so much about the cases or how many people are going to get sick or how many people are going to die, but how many cases are going to get reported and how many deaths are going to be reported. How is that going to affect everybody? How is that going to affect the election? How is that going to affect Trump's numbers? So I get manipulated, like I'm getting sleight of hand. I'm seeing the magician. The magician is doing all this sleight of hand stuff. Hold on a second. And then there's something about the numbers. There's some other larger context about the numbers. And I have to be frank, I'm not sure what I'm seeing. Because it almost feels like numbers get given to somebody, or case numbers get given to somebody. Is this, I don't know if this has something to do with about possible vaccine numbers. There's something squirrely that's not just about manipulation, but that has to do with a larger manipulation. So somebody else might know what I'm getting that I don't have the thing in my head to pull forward, but it also has to do with some larger context of numbers about this that has something to do with the vaccine. So I don't know what that means. I'm just gonna put that part out there. Hopefully that might make sense to one of y'all out there. Hold on a second. It has to do with money. So it's about money too. Maybe it has to do with getting paid, and if they want to pay what they want to pay. I don't know. Yeah, it's about money too. So this is definitely a manipulation. Now, will we have any access to those numbers, the true numbers? Well, they also want to undercut the CDC. They're really wanting to pull the rug out from, well, like every other institution, they're trying to destroy and manipulate it and change it, and oh God. Anyway, let me see. I see them pulling the rug out from under the CDC more, like they're pissed. They're pissed at the CDC. Now this is taking me to Fauci. So I want to go into Fauci a little bit because I know there was it Navarro? I think Peter Navarro came out with a op-ed really talking down Fauci, and there have been grumblings, you know, of how unhappy Trump is with Fauci, and they want to undercut Fauci because Fauci, I know not everybody likes Fauci, but Fauci's much more trusted about this, and he's got a long career, and a lot of people trust him, and they don't trust Trump around this. So let's listen. They misplayed their hand, is what I'm hearing. They misplayed their hand. Like well, one thing I'm hearing is Dr. Fauci's been around for a long time, and he has built up relationships with lots of people, Democrat and Republicans, is what I'm hearing. Democrat and Republicans. So maybe the more old school Republican people, mainline Republicans, if there is such a thing anymore, he's built up relationships with them too. He's built up relationships with other senators who've been around for a while. Hold on. Now, to a certain extent, having Fauci has legitimized or made it seem as if they've got some heavy hitting scientists as part of their task force. Hold on a second. But they misplayed their hand. I see it like it fell short, like it didn't land. It didn't do what it intended, which I feel like was trying to get rid of him. Now, they may freeze him out. They may sideline him. They may grumble about him. They may do all kinds of stuff. But right now, I'm not feeling them being able to fire him. That's what I'm getting. Hold on a second. He's going to outlast them, is what I'm hearing. Even if he gets put to the side, even if he's going to outlast them, his reputation is going to outlast them. He's had to swallow some stuff. And I feel like he's tried really hard to walk a fine line in being honest while not losing his reputation while working with Trump and the administration. Hold on. He's going to outlast them, is what I'm hearing. They're not going to be able to take him down, at least not at this point. Now, hold on a second. I just want to do a little bit of an update on C19, and I'm just going to hit Florida, Texas, Arizona just briefly, or if Spirit wants me to go further, I will, but let me just check in with those three. Okay, let me go to Florida first, because I know I did a reading really recently on it, but let me listen some more. The lid keeps popping off, like I see it, like the lid won't fit. It keeps getting thrown off, like it's bubbling over. The lid won't fit, and the pot gets bigger. So I'm taking that as the cases are continuing to grow. Now I know DeSantis is really pushing school opening up. He's not going to be able to do as much as he wants, although I know I did a reading on this fairly recently. There are going to be some schools, but he's not going to be able to do it as much as he wants. Hold on. The lid won't fit. It keeps growing. So I'm taking that as the cases are going to continue to grow in Florida. So let me just go to Texas for a minute. Okay, so I get Greg Abbott, the governor. He's pulled back a little bit. But it's like he's got a wild steer. That's the rope's only around one horn. The rope's on one horn, and the steer's kicking. Hold on. And he doesn't want to bring in more ropes. So I think more ropes would be doing more, maybe shutting down some of the cities or shutting down. He's trying not to, but it's bucking, it's kicking, he can't control it. So I'd say he's got a rope on it, but he can't control it. And I'm in Texas, and I really don't like seeing that image, but that's what I'm getting. So let me go to Arizona. people are feeling shell-shocked to me there. I think it's really starting to take an effect on people. And I feel like, and I haven't checked the last couple of days, but I think the deaths might start to really kick in there. The deaths from the hospitalizations that were higher. Hold on a second. Is it still going to grow there, or is it peaking yet? What's going on with that? So it's growing still. It's growing still. I'm seeing it for some reason like a mushroom. It's growing. It might, I hesitate to say it, it might be getting closer to the peak of the outbreak. But I feel like the deaths might start to really rise. It's maybe they're saying that the outbreak is getting closer to slowing at the peak, or it's almost there. Because I don't feel it. Oops, you might be able to hear my dog in the back. I don't feel it. It's still mushrooming though, and actually I'm just feeling a lot of death now. Ugh, that's a horrible feeling. Is there anything else we need to know about C19 spirit? We got more waves coming. So I don't know if they're meaning that like outbreaks starting to peak. It's going to start to spike up in some other places, or we're talking about another second wave into the fall. But I'm seeing waves, like there's some waves still. I'm looking out at the shore, and there's one wave that's hitting us still, and there's another behind it. You're not done with the lesson. So, that makes me feel sad. Anyway, so this was that little check-in on that. Hope everyone's doing okay. Thank you for anybody who's new. Like and subscribe. I appreciate it. And blessings.